All right, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello and good morning. Hello. Celestian, good morning. Kiki, good morning. It's Matt, it's a me. It's a me. Mario. I don't know why I did that. I mean, everybody knows why I did that, but also most basic. It's fine. It's fine. How's everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody got up to some good stuff. Trying to see if this works. Selkie, hello. Selkie, hello, hello, hello. Went to bed at a reasonable hour and woke up without feeling groggy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that. Love that. Glad to hear it. That's great. I went to bed a little, you know, sometimes you stay up a little too late and then you struggle to fall asleep. And then you wake up like you wake up too sleepy, you know? Where it's not like I went to bed 2 hours late. It's just like I went to bed 30 minutes, 40 minutes later than usual. And then it's like, ugh, and then it took me forever to fall asleep. And like, that's the most I wish if it was like, oh yeah, I stayed up an extra 2 hours, then it's like, okay, well, I did something for 2 hours. I stayed up like 40 minutes. And then that leads to so much. That leads to so much. Missed the mark and woke up during the wrong part of your sleep cycle. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely what happened. Absolutely what happened. Sage, hello. Oh, no. But I had a good breakfast. I got some tea. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. Breakfast and tea? I know, it's only the thing I do every morning. It's only the same thing I do every morning. But I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope everybody got up to some fun stuff this weekend. You don't have breakfast and tea? Listen, there's only one person holding you back. There's only one person holding you back from that. You know what I mean? Excuse me. All right. It's one or the other, and it's usually not breakfast. Y'all don't eat breakfast, and I don't understand it. Y'all don't eat breakfast, and I don't understand it. Let's... Whoops. Oh, is it actually gonna work? No. Okay. Well, I will worry about that later, I guess. I don't know. Habit? We should be having a bit of breakfast. I'm funny. I'm funny. That was funny. Everyone laugh. Ha ha ha. Isn't this just a button? Smug smile on your face and everything. I see you. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I know what I... Thank you, Selkie. That's exactly, listen, that's exactly the response. That's exactly the response that I want. When I say everybody laugh, I want the most ridiculous, so clearly faked laughter ever. I want it to be so obvious that you don't mean it, that it's incredulous. As I'm working to get everything set up. Oh my gosh. So last night, Aaron and I played some Blueprints. Aaron and I played maybe like 2 hours of Blueprints. We started working on, I've talked about this before, we started working on the last puzzle. And we made good progress. We made progress that, excuse me. Oh my God, what's happening? We made progress that we didn't actually like do anything. But we had a theory and we tested our theory and a thing occurred, and that's great. It wasn't the thing that solves the puzzle, but there was response to our actions, which is really what you want. You know what I mean? In a game like this where you're like, well, I wonder if we do this, what happens? And so we did that. And it wasn't, you know, like I said, it wasn't the solution. It didn't solve it, but we got a response that lets us know we're on some sort of path. So so yeah, we're making some progress. This is our sort of Christmas break project. We're working on solving this last puzzle that I don't know if I don't know if I looked it up, if I could find an answer to it. Maybe I could, you know, maybe I could. I give the IGN guide credit. They go a lot more in depth than a lot of other guides did. So maybe, but I'm gonna give it a little bit before we try to, before we try to figure it out. So we'll see. We've got stuff we can work on. We've got stuff we can work on, and we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. We're figuring out what game we want to start next, and what that's gonna look like. I don't know if I want to start something. We're debating if, you know, when we finish blueprints, like, you know, do we want to start another puzzle game? Do we want to start a non-puzzle game? And we just bought a puzzle book yesterday. Our kind of one purchase for the holiday season, which here, I'll show everybody. It's across the room on the bookshelf you never see, but we were at Barnes & Noble getting some gift cards for her family, and we noticed this on the shelf, and this immediately grabbed us, because both Aaron and I love the logic puzzles they used to have in Highlight's puzzle magazine. And so what it is just these 3x3 or 3 grids, however you want to call it, logic puzzles, where they'll say, okay, so you've got these 3 people, you've got these 3 places, you've got these 3 weapons. Here's the clues about, you know, like any logic puzzle where it's like the person in the blue house had red hair, and you're like, okay, well, this person doesn't have red hair, so this person was not in the blue house. And this person doesn't have red hair, so this person's in the blue house. This person does have red hair, so this is the person that was in the blue house. And it goes from there. We did one last night. We did the first one last night to sort of get a handle on it. And just like, we just got it, so it's like, let's dig into it. I really love the design. This is a really good cover. But we did the first one to sort of get into it, get a feel for it before doing blueprints for the evening. Get our puzzle brains going. And it's good. It's also, I think what's fantastic, it is $16, which I think for 100 puzzles in a pretty nice book. Very nice price point. Very, very nice price. They have a website that I started to look at, but I was looking at it on my phone. Yeah, it looks like there's like daily ones that get, I saw something, it said it's like it's generated by a algorithm, which is a fun idea. But yeah, the books are super cheap. Well, super cheap. The books are affordable. The books are a good price for what they are. And there's 3 of them, and a Christmas themed one, and a junior for kids, which I think is really good. Because it's I definitely like the idea of giving kids like puzzle books, you know? Like I loved getting puzzle books as a kid. We used to have, we used to get highlights. But then we also used to get their like puzzle magazine. I was gonna buy the nephew a dictionary. You know, I don't think it's bad to give him a dictionary, but I don't know if that would be like my big gift. I remember highlights. Highlights was great. Highlights was great. We had highlights, and then I had like this extra thing that I think my parents bought that was like, is it still a thing? I think it still exists in some form. Yeah, you can still go. Yeah, it still exists. I don't know what it looks like now. Do you know what I mean? Okay, it looks like it's still stuff based around, you know, getting kids activities and reading and stuff. Okay. Yeah, it still looks good. It still looks good. If I was a parent, obviously I would get way more in-depth and inquisitive, but it doesn't immediately look like a way to try to sell kids on Roblox or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like it's owned by a shit company. So but so we would get highlights, and then we would also get whatever they had like a puzzle magazine that would come with it also. And maybe it was a different magazine, but I always came with my highlights. And that's how I fell in love with doing logic puzzles. And I've just always enjoyed logic puzzles like that, where it's like, you know, if Mary is next to Susan, that, you know, and you're like, okay, well, hang on, you know, those are fun. Those are so fun. Those are so fun. Here I buy magic hearts and many things. They're in the age range for the regular magazine. Hell yeah. Listen, you're not the parent, right? So you buy them fun stuff. The parent gets them their responsible stuff. You get them the fun stuff with your fun money. That's what you get to do. I think I'd be of both minds. Here's toys things your uncle do for you, but also here's brain things uncle says. Learn to enjoy learn to enjoy reading. That's fair. Listen, you're teaching him to enjoy reading. Do you know how much you got to read on a magic card? You know how many words are on goddamn magic cards these days? Good Lord. Good Lord. I saw a magic card. There was a dragon. And then on the dragon was a secret extra magic card. There was a magic card inside the magic card that I guess is a thing that you give access to. I guess like it's like a spell thing that the dragon can cast. But I was like, holy shit. I'm like, there's a card inside this card. All right, so getting back into Demon School. All of our heroes are in the demon prison, and we are playing as Primrose. So we're just gonna... Cats, they think they're so big, especially this one. Don't look at me like that, feline. You're not better than me. That's fair. Boy was flying over the words like there was nothing. I word he was struggling. It's like, okay, I need you to know what some of these mean. I don't know if we'll be able to engage with some things. Oh yeah, we just can't interact with the junk pile? Okay. Come on. Or maybe that's the point of it, is the point of it is like, oh no, Primrose isn't gonna do any of this. Oh God, who are the students in her class? Suppose those low-born fools were actually sent to prison. Why should I care? Good riddance. Although Kestrel was useful enough, she did do all the fighting, so we would pass our assignments. But I have to wonder about the dean's reasoning and send them away. Ugh, I'm talking to myself. Where's Jem when you need them? You know what I mean, peasant? I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, Jem, Kestrel, Ocean, the brightest and best at this school aside from myself. I've never heard of those people. What? Put him in his place with a derisive comment, flippant quip, or cutting remark. Listen, you know me. I love a good flippant quip. I suppose you wouldn't have, but ignorance is no excuse. I'm going to tell the teacher on you. Wait, what? You there, teacher. Yes? Where have Kestrel and the others been taken? Sure they haven't actually been sent to prison. Kestrel? Your favorite student? You had us closing portals and doing the dean's bidding? What's a portal? And Kestrel? Who's that? Miss King doesn't get it. Is this a joke? What about the miserable Faye? I've never heard of them either. You're scaring Miss King. Fine, fine. Away with you. I have to leave? Yes, be gone. That's very funny. Ghost Owl, goodness, Ghost Owl, hello. Miss King doesn't get it. This can't be right. Someone must remember. Perhaps I'll ask the dean. Allow me passage, sir. Nobody gets in. But I'm the dean's confidant. Nobody means nobody. I'm not nobody. I'm Primrose McLaren. Lay it out, know you from Adam. You want to go to prison like the rest of those kids? Threats? How boorish. Well, it seems the fools are in prison after all. This leaves a sour taste. I love she immediately went from, I'm glad they're in prison, to, maybe this sucks. A scrap of paper, it says, help, please. Hi, Primrose. Heart emoji. That insufferable heart, it must be ocean. She never could spell please. She must have dropped it when they took her away. It simply isn't right that they've been forgotten. Who else can I speak to about this if not the teacher or the dean? Oh God, I can only think of Faye's filthy friends. But dare I? They did help me once. I can't be in debt to the lowborn. Father always said that was the worst thing that could happen to a person. What a bind. I realized something about Oddish while looking at its moveset. Okay. Okay, hang on. There's a sub-quest called Gerald, You're Poor. I say, have you seen... you're not who I was looking for. Well, 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 if it isn't my lovely Primrose. Get Gerald thusly. Casual dismissal. He's not even worth my wit. And I see it as the ever slovenly Gerald. How sharper than the serpent's tooth. How like you to choose the wrong quote for the wrong situation, imbecile. Reconsidered my proposal, have you? We've been over this. You're simply too impoverished to enter the McLaren family. Impoverished? Just last week I bought a 4th car. Oh my goodness. Ours is based on an invasive plant. Its moves are mostly things like absorb. I don't think the corpse flower is an invasive plant. Maybe I'm wrong. Excuse me. Excuse me. Primrose said I had 6 cars before I could say the word. Not your fault for being slow. Take offense or be offensive, obviously. If I'm slow, you're still being chauffeured to the starting. Now, I merely wish to express how merging of our families would benefit us both. I am the heir to the Faraday fortune. Hardly a fortune, more like a bounced check. Could a bounced check purchase the seaside castle nearest this very island so that one's uncle might look upon him with an industrial spyglass? The nouveau riche are so base. Buying a castle. We came to our castle the honest way, by making peasants build it in the Middle Ages. And besides, who would want their uncle watching them at all times? Well, it's just to protect me. Devastating retort. Oh, need protecting, do we? I always knew the Faradays were weak. Of course not. I pay for the finest guards. I mean the finest lessons in the ancient art of karate. Give it up. You'll never outmoney the McLarens, and you'll never take mine. Why, we recently got our butler the finest bidet. You waste money on the help? When one has so much money, who could possibly notice a little waste? A clean butler makes a clean house. Damn, you win this round. You see, you're simply outclassed and poor to boot. There will be a merger between our families yet. I'd rather merge with a demon than the likes of you. Suck it, Gerald. Primrose, I win all rounds. Let's talk to the cat again, just. Okay. I can't believe I'm doing this, but a McLaren once committed never backs down. And so, attention wastrels, may I have your attention? What do you want, Missy? You will find your friends for me, Faye and those other miserable cretins. Coming into our turf and making demands? You got brass balls, lady. I don't have any such thing. I never heard of this, Faye, but if you're looking for trouble, you found it. Oh, bother. Do we have to do a fight at, oh. Lyrics! Lyrics, hello! This face is great. I know your boss. You'll get in trouble if you cross me. I bet we will. But I know, the crass one who soiled her body with tattoos. Sounds like my kind of lady, but you're not getting out of this. Not wastrels? Herb, hello. Not wastrels. Oh, what was her name? Agnes, Archibald. Right, Ania. Your boss. Her name is Ania. Bluff. Nice bluff. Wait, did you say Ania? Yeah, our boss's name is Ania. How could I forget that? Whew, about time you remembered. That's very funny. That's very funny. It's very funny that she wins a fight by saying, I know your boss. Remember how excited I was for my day off today? Oh, I don't like how this is starting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, lyrics on. Please tell me you're enjoying it right now. Yeah, I remember how excited you were for your day off, and so I'm so excited for you to have a day off. That's exciting. I'm so excited for you to have your exciting day off. 8:30. Lyrics. I'm not mad at you. I'm upset. Right. Well, your boss, Ania, has apparently been taken to prison along with a host of other thugs. Prison? Oh, she must have messed up good. She's falsely accused, I assure you. Then we gotta bust her out. See that you do, and you might want to write it down. People are getting quite forgetful these days. Is that the first plan of the day off? To rest from 8:30 to 11? I thought it would be super busy, but it's fine. Hang on. I can relate though. I put in for time off even though we're super slow. If it got denied, I'd be salty but available. Yeah, I think it's totally, listen, I'm not gonna get mad at anybody for fucking working. You know what I mean? Like, you know, do your job, do what you gotta do. But I can be mad about it. I can relate though. I play my days off like that. 8 to 12, reading a chapter of my book. 12 to 1 lunch. 1 to 4, anything goes. I ain't gonna forget it. What kind of schlub you take me for? You will write it down. Geez, all right, lady. Don't blow a gasket. I don't know what a gasket is, and I refuse to learn. This is everyone on TikTok. This is everyone on TikTok. Hi, when I post this on TikTok. I mean, listen, you're on TikTok. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. The related search on this video is gonna be what is a gasket, and it's gonna. Now I really must see the dean. All right. Hey, I thought I told you to get out of here. I will break this down into language you can understand. I will speak slowly, see if you can follow. This gold ring is yours if you step aside. You're gonna... Wait, gold? Yes, gold, you know. Sparkle, sparkle. Worth more than a year of your pathetic salary, with more carrots than a rabbit can eat in a lifetime. You got yourself a deal. A cab. Dean Asatiani, I don't mean to be rude, but I simply must speak with you. Oh, good, Primrose. Just who I wanted to see. You must be worried about your friends. I'd hardly call them that, but I do wonder by whose authority you've placed them in prison. My own, of course. Well, I'm having misgivings. I'll have to ask you to produce them at once. It's good that you finally found some people to care about, but no. And why not? Release them, lest my family remove their endowment. I wondered when you'd get around to money. I know you're worried, but I'm happy to say your worries at an end. Whatever do you mean? You have to love the McLarens. You got so rich you never realized your true power. Money is power. I realize that just fine. There's a bit of truth to what you say. But your ancestors had the ability to take on the strength of other entities, absorbing that strength into their own bodies. Wait, is she a blue mage? Is this what trophies are? Did you know that? What did you... Of course you didn't. Your clan could essentially exist in 2 states at once. Do you know how rare and valuable that is? And you've squandered it. Well, I don't know anything about... You have been very helpful, and I appreciate all that you have done, especially informing me about the movements of Faye and her friends. This is the last thing I'll be needing from you. Is she gonna kick me in the portal? She's gonna kick her in the portal. What? Yep. There. Now it's perfect. With the McLaren stuck between worlds, the portal will be in 2 states at once. I should be able to open and close it at will. Jim, there's nobody with whom to share my triumph now that all the key players have outlived their usefulness. Well, no matter. She is to me. Like I was explaining, demons in our world are essentially all powerful. On your side over here, their power is diminished. Even those giant ones we fought? Yes, at home their power would be far greater. Even the lowliest guard could kill all of us in one swing. What? No way. Who's from the demon world, huh? You or me? It's true, okay? There's the old Kestrel we know and love. Anyway, if the worlds fully merge, we'll all be powerless to stop them. But we still have a fighting chance before the merge is complete. Chance, such gaiety. Small, weak water droplets can do nothing to Ibis. This is what you are like. Can you defeat even this? Weak. And now it's been too long, so we have a fight. Okay. Oh boy. What are we doing? No, come. What's happening? Controller. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What is happening? Okay, well that's on me. I was hitting B. What is happening? Got it. All right. When none of the buttons are working, you force close the game. That's the easy solution. When the game stops working, close it. It's on a union break. Listen, my controller doesn't get a union break, okay? That's not... Yeah. I said it.
Matt, you gotta get your shit together. Yeah. Listen, it gets a break when I take a break, and then when stream is done, it doesn't do shit, homie. It doesn't do anything but sit there. It's got it real easy. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. I didn't say, Herb, how are you? Herb, how the heck are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Gonna go back. I'm going back to be with people. Lyrics. I hope you have. I hope everything goes well today. Hope everything goes well today.
All right. I had to restart Play Night too because Play Night just froze. All right, hopefully we got a good autosave, but okay. You know, it was after the fight. That's a fine place to trigger an autosave, is after the fight. Herb, what do you got going on till the end of the year? What are you working on? It feels so weird to be a streamer during this time. Excuse me. All right. Not a lot. Thinking a little about what I want for 2026. Took time off work next week. Try to take an actual break. That's good. A bitch is tired, y'all. I'm glad you're taking some time. Okay. See how this goes. Oh, the lasers shoot the walls. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I appreciate they're giving us a lot of turns on this, because this feels like we're going slower. Oh, the wall just moves out of the way for them. That's fucked. Okay. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Yeah, I'm glad people are taking time off. I'm taking a couple days. I'm taking a couple days for myself. Taking a couple days. And then on not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday is gonna be kind of a year end, or next Wednesday. I don't know if I said Thursday. Next Wednesday is going to be a look back at all the stuff throughout the year. I want to look at all the games I streamed. I'm gonna do a little backlogged like collection. I want to go back and look through all the clips. You know, look back at everything that's going on. And you know, take stock of everything. Just sort of look at it all and appreciate it, and you know, go like, damn, what a year. And then, you know, Thursday we'll start the new one and we'll get into it. Are all demons this obnoxious? Ibis is just a taste of what we could be dealing with. In the demon world, you'll see much worse than that. All the more reason we've got to get out of here. It feels like, why did my controller just shut off? Okay, that's weird. That's, you know, it's fine. Oh, that's in the music, okay. I have 4 days off in a row starting Christmas Eve. I mean, that's the time to have it. Ah, another wonderful day in prison, but at least we're all together so we can strategize. Together, we're unbeatable. All right, new orders. Faye, you out. What? I'm free? I won't go without the rest. No, you're not free. You're going into the general population. What? No, but... Yes, we heard you. You're stronger together. That's why you're leaving. Come in here and make me. Weak boys. Ibis does it. Okay, at least this fight makes a little more sense. Oh, it's not gonna be a fight. He's just gonna use demon powers. Namiko, you gotta hold everyone together. Oh, is this the part of the game where we lose our main character and we gotta... We'll be okay, Faye. We'll get it. We'll find a way to get word to you. Oh, hey, what's his face? Ooh, trying to break our spirits, huh? Well, it won't work.
We're made of tougher stuff than that, right, buddy? You want to keep your teeth? Don't talk to me. Yikes. But still, this is a new part of the prison. Maybe there's something here that'll help us escape. How about you? You want to get out of here, right? Trying to find a way to... If I save up 4 more toothpicks, I'll have 574, which is the number of days I've been here. And if I do that, then the witches will come for me and grant me passage. Sounds like you do want to get out, so let's... You want my toothpicks? You can't have them. I earned these. Never mind. Jalen! Oh, we're stronger together. We know, that's why we're separating you. So fucking funny. I like the idea that the guard was standing outside the door. And when Faye was like, that's right, folks, we're stronger together. He was like, oh, hang on. Oh, what's that? What's that I hear? Sounds like you're stronger together. Get splitting you up. I have the normal day off. I have the holiday off. My normal days are Friday, Saturday. Hell yeah. Yeah, we heard about your power of friendship. No friends for you. Jalen, hello. Jalen, how the hell are you this morning? You look like a colorful character. You want to talk about a way out of here? You guys left me. Huh? What do you... Oh, wow, you're that guy. The guy who watched the video. Pungji, right? I totally forgot about you. I know we weren't like friends or anything, but you should have come and looked for me. You know what? We're right. We probably could have looked a bit harder. There was a lot going on, and by the time we had access to where you were, it was a whole, like, listen, you're right. We should have. There's a lot going on, homie. I'm so used to people up and dying or disappearing, I just never thought I'd see you again. But the thing is, yeah? Sorry, I just didn't expect you to apologize. I've been in here stewing and imagining what I'd say, and you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm just glad to see a familiar face. It's been weeks now, and everyone's terrifying. Feels like my brain is breaking. And we'll get out of this. The rest of the gang is in a cell nearby. There's a lot more of us than before. But we're coming up against the wall as far as formulating a plan. If you've got a bigger crew, that's something we can do. Nice, things are looking up for old Pangji. Hey, what about this red guy in the corner? He looks like a shonen antagonist. New blood to eat? This is what you're dealing with? I'm saying. Well, the odds aren't great, but we can take him on. Yeah, this guy. Oh, shit, yeah, this guy. Aha! Fear not, young ones. Vaka is here. An alliance is born. Excuse me? First fighting, then talking. This guy's a JoJo. That guy? JoJo. That's not what I was expecting from that guy. This guy is it's wild we got a JoJo. Pulls enemy to self, dealing 1 damage. Buffs allies oh, he's a modifier. Oh. Buffs allies damage dealt or debuffs one and oh. So he Okay, what is your Now watch Hunter x Hunter. They're ever closer to a JoJo. That's, I mean, you know, I think I do agree. Hunter x Hunter is close. I mean, yeah. So, okay, he throws out chains. Okay. This one, this one. I like the idea of him just like running through everybody. That's fun. Just whoop, whoop. Is he related to Faye? They have the same hair color. They have very similar eyes. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Black sheep of the family, he won't stop showing up with his titties out. Pull enemy from across the battlefield, dealing 2 damage. Okay. He does not heal. He just modifies. God, where's Brian quoting powers when I need them? Here. Hang on, Jalen. I can do it super easy. Boop. The bot just lets me hit that button. Okay, hang on. Do you have this special at the beginning? Oh, in a 3x time. Okay. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I can just click. I can literally just click a button. I can just click a button and do it. It's so easy. Oh shit! All right, all right, all right. Okay. And I don't get to modify them at all, so he resists the possession, but is weak to the zombie guys. So I gotta. I like the idea of a character that does pull. It's very interesting. I need to try to keep them together. I've got all kinds of turns. I've got all kinds of turns. Okay, he's weak to these
zombie guys, right? Because these guys, yeah, these guys are dark. So... but he can really easily go boop, boop. Okay. Everyone, beginning my travel to Austin today for Christmas. Awesome, boy. I hope your travel goes well. Hope everything is nice and easy. And I'm sending you the best. Sending you the best. I hope your travel's good. I miss traveling. I used to I liked traveling. Traveling was fun. Okay, you know what's a bummer? Faye has 2 knockback. That should knock back into that guy. I don't think I have enough people on the field to get this target turned. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, come on. All right, I'm just gonna take it. I'm not even worried. Like, I saw someone online say, like, don't stress hitting all of the targets, because a lot of them are just they said they were like I had so many I had so many moons left over by the time I beat the game. Which I appreciate that, you know, if you're putting in the work to get a lot of moons and stuff, then you have them left over. Because gosh, you know, trying to manage these sometimes is more than I want. Hey, Matt. Hey. Hey, thanks. You're handy in a fight. As are you. Well met. Hey, what about me? I'm cool too. Did you hear the news about E33? I did. I did. I thought we talked about it the other day.
I thought we talked about it the other day. But yeah. I'm trying to find the, we talked about it, yeah. Did we? I must have missed it. That's fair. That's fair. I was like, listen, I don't remember. You know? I don't remember. What's good is, so the Indie Game Awards, gave Expedition 33 their game of the year. And then on Saturday, we're like, hey, actually, because they have confirmed they use generative AI, we're taking it back. We're taking it back. We're not doing it. We're instead giving it to Blueprints. Yeah, a lot of people, what was funny is there was a lot of people that are mad because they were like, well, everybody knew back in July or whatever. And I was like, hey, not everybody knew back in July, because the article that you're sourcing to say that everybody knew back in July is not a very heavily trafficked blog, and it was translated from a Spanish interview. So you knew back in July, and you know, that's great. I'm glad you were so on it. You know what I mean? I'm glad you were on it. Good job. It was not a heavily trafficked story. And people missed it, you know? Such as it is. There's news stories that I see all the time that I go, how did you miss this? Like, this was everywhere. Everybody was talking about this. You know? And so it's so funny how like I talk about how people, you know, people yell about purity testing. This is purity testing. It's like, oh, well, you made a mistake, so now the fact that you're trying to correct the mistake, no, you suck, fuck you. Like, no, you morons. You know, I don't want them to randomly disqualify games based on what someone on Reddit says, oh, hey, that's probably AI. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of not how we should operate. We shouldn't just go like, ah, that's probably AI. And go off of that. You know, we should try to have more specific standards and criteria than just, oh, this looks weird. I guess it's probably AI, so I guess I'll disqualify it for all of my awards. In other news, my Tama evolved. I got this cute little guy with a flower now. So yeah. And then I got into it with somebody on Blue Sky. Because they were like, we just need to question every game developer about their process, and that's how we'll know if they use AI. And I'm like, how do you think that's actually gonna work? How do you know if that's actually gonna work? Like, do you think that a company like EA or Ubisoft is going to let a games journalist into the studio for every video game to come look at their entire production pipeline? Oh yeah, like, do you really think that they're going to let a games journalist in a way, as far as I know, they've never done, and let them see every part of the process?
and be 100% honest. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't going to happen. So like, what do we, what do we do? How do we determine this stuff? How do we know? How do we determine this stuff with, I saw that exchange. Come on, dog. I'm glad you saw it, Herb. I felt like I was going crazy. I'm literally asking, how do we determine, how do we determine this without being able to see the process? Because we can't see the process. How do we know? What criteria do we use? What sources do we trust? The guy sent me a link to some blog I've literally never heard of that was like, hey, according to this guy on Twitter, according to this guy with less than 200 followers on Twitter, this company said in their Japanese only earnings call that they're using generative AI. And I'm like, okay, who's this guy? Do we have any other source for this earnings call? How did this get translated? Like, and not in a way of like to tear it down, but like we need to examine, we need to be critical of these sources. Some guy on Twitter is not a source. According to this Twitter, yeah. And here's the thing. It can be someone that is reporting on Twitter, but it can't just be a guy, some random ass account with 200 followers. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, this needs to come from somewhere credible. And so I was like, so how do we learn about this process? How do we examine this in a way that we can be critical and not badger everyone making a video game for the rest of time? And like 3 different people were like, that's journalism. And I'm like, but what does that mean? When you say that, what do you mean? Because they're like, somebody was like, oh, well, they'll just ask former and current employees. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's great. I love that. What happens when you ask a current or former employee and they say no? If they say no, do you just believe them? Do you just believe them when they say no? When someone says, I can't answer that question due to NDA, then what? Then where are we? Right? Because what you're doing is you're asking people to take risks on their job, answering that question, right? You're asking people to put their ass on the line to answer a question, because in a lot of states, employment is at will, right? So your manager can hear that you talk to the press and fire you just like that. They can literally fire you that day. It doesn't matter. So you're asking people to put their ass on the line for maybe not an important thing, right? But also maybe an important thing. And I was just so frustrated I'm trying to have a discussion about how we begin to interrogate and understand and investigate this in a way that is like, that is critical, right? Like, how do we take a critical thought about this, then just look at something and go, nah, that's probably AI. That's probably AI. But I guess it's too fucking difficult for some people on social media to like consider. And then what's funny is I made a general post in a similar thing and had people who are game devs and are, you know, do games journalism are like, yeah, this is a good point. So, you know, so I feel better about that overall. I feel better about that overall when it's like, oh, people who do the job and are in the space are like, yeah, this is a good point. It's probably AI works if you're just another person on the internet who's not hanging their credibility out in the public sphere, but making engagement. Right, right. Well, and another thing that I thought about this the other day. Right. So Sandfall says, yeah, we used AI. For when their next game is coming out, right? Because they're gonna have a next game. When their next game is coming out and they say, we did not use generative AI in this game. This is and this is an honest question. This is a thing that I think people need to like consider and sit with and self-examine, right? When they come out and say, we didn't use generative AI in this game. Do you believe them? Do you trust them? What does it take to rebuild that trust? Because they've never actually officially made a statement about it, right? They gave one interview to a Spanish blog where they were like, yeah, we use generative AI. You know, we used a lot of things. Counter that to, also on Saturday, some asshole at The Escapist wrote an article that was like, man, it was so performative that the Indie Game Awards took Game of the Year away from Expedition 33 for using AI and gave it to Blueprints that also used AI, you know, because all games use AI. And so, you know, the article was so fucking bad, but they just said that Blueprints used AI with no source, no credit, no evidence, literally nothing. They were just like, yeah, you know how all games use AI. Like every game uses AI. So whatever, like it's bullshit that they took it from a game for using AI and then gave it to another game that used AI. And within an hour, Raw Fury was like, no generative AI was used in the production or development of Blueprints. It was the work of 8 years by Tonda Ross and the team at Dogu Bomb. No. And they amended the article or whatever. And like, The Escapists suck shit. Like, they're not gonna do anything. But like, if you were an actual journalist, like if you were an actual games journalist with a shred of credibility and integrity, you are not going to throw that label out so flippantly. You're not going to say, this looks weird, it's probably AI. You might write a story that's like, these textures look weird. You know, or you might share something on social media that's like, this looks awkward. Nuja, hello. So, Nuja, hello. So yeah, like I wish people would consider that it's not feasible to just berate every game developer for every video game forever. And we can't expect that. Fuck, half of people on the internet don't believe that Kotaku is written by like people, right? There's still an incredible subset of people on the internet who are like, Kotaku's a woke industry plant to push DEI initiative. And so like, okay. And I'm not saying we have to convince those people. I'm just saying those people exist. It is a reality. And so whether or not Kotaku says it is not going to affect those people. See, unfortunate. I don't like how this looks. It must be AI. Right. Green mean hello. Nuja, hello. Good morning to you both. Yeah, we're talking about the bullshit escapist article.
What's up with this guy? What's up with this guy? I brought it up. I hadn't heard the news till late last night. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how people, how places so quickly picked it up. I'm glad it got reported on that, that the IGAs took their award back. I'm actually glad that that's making the news because I'm hoping that's emboldening some people to be more anti-AI, to be like, oh, wow, you can stand up about it. Huh. I haven't read or thought about The Escapist since I was a college sophomore. I didn't realize it still existed. Green, I mean, like earlier this year, there was a big editorial bullshit and most everybody that was worth any integrity left. If you look at their YouTube page or their like recent article page, it's all literally gambling games. Like literal slot machine gambling games. It's actual garbage. Hey fellas, what's going on over here? Shh, I want them to find out. Who, what? The guards, who else? He's got something. He's got a secret thing. Keep it down. It's contraband, okay? And I don't have it yet. I'm trading up for it. I want to know what it is. No, tell Pengji to be quiet. You gotta be quiet, dog. You just listen. Pengji, for real, keep it down. Discretion is the better part of valor. I don't know what this voice I gave him is. I'm going. No, it isn't. Sorry, these guys aren't with me. Hey! Oh my God, will you be quiet? What's going on? Did I hear something about contraband? That's much worse than Waypoint 2, and Waypoint 2 was not great. Yeah. Why not at all? I was teaching these fine gents to contra dance. Okay, chop chop, everybody line up, face your partners. We have to? If you want to learn the importance of Appalachian dance, you will. Let's go. Delightful. Is this right? Are you kidding me? No, we're contra dancing. That's not it at all. You aren't even holding hands. And where's the collar? I was gonna do that, but you're clearly rank amateurs. I guess I've got to beat it into you. The guards are like, how dare you insult my familial history of contra dancing. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I have knocked back up, and knocked back up. I don't mean to say get with the game designers. It should push him into him. It should put, you know? Who's pregnant? Nobody? You said knock back up. Yep, I did. Lots of people yeah, well, that's true, statistically. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh. Well, let's see how it goes. I'm sick. I'm so sick of restarting every single battle. I'm so sick of restarting every battle. I do love kicking these guys off a ledge. That's always fun. It's always good video games. Throwing people off a ledge is classic good video games. Excuse me. Listen, and we get to see that cool coffin animation. Let that be a lesson to you. You call the figures before the dance begins. Amateurs. Ooh, that was close. Done already? But I wish to dance. I want to know what the contraband is. Calm down. Fat chance. The red-haired one saved our butts. The rest of you caused the problem. Get out of my zone, man. Who are you again? Why'd you help us? I'm Varka. Those bullies had concerned me for some time. I couldn't take them on alone. I surmised a group of 3 was the minimum required, so I simply waited for a group of 2 to form. Ah, so when me and Pangji started talking, I saw an opportunity. I too want to escape from this place. What are you in for? And before you ask, we literally did nothing but be inconvenient to people in power. For some time, I felt I truly belonged here. I killed some. Whoa. But now that I think about it, that could mean a lot of things under the current circumstances. I came to understand that myself. There was a man attacking a boy. I killed him in defense. That man looked a lot like those we just fought. So he was possessed. At least he did not seem like a human being in any way but appearance. Well, you saved a kid and dispatched a demon, so you're all right by me. Me too. I'm still here, BT dubs. Dang, Pangji, you got some kind of attention complex, I think. I haven't talked to anyone for 6 weeks. Or however many weeks, 10 years, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the group, both of you. We gotta find a way out of here and bust the rest of our friends out in the process. Do you know how funny it is that it's like, okay, with the power of friendship, you're too strong, so we're gonna separate Faye into the general population, and then Faye's like, I just made 2 friends, idiots. You made me stronger, morons. That is easier said than done. Hell yeah. There she is, look at her squirm. Miserable without your friends, aren't you? Shows what you know, I got friends everywhere. Then maybe... maybe we beat the misery into you, huh? Good luck. Like I said, I'm not alone. That's so, he's so fucking JoJo. He's so JoJo, it's so okay, calm down. It's just the 3 of us, calm down. We're all just flowers in a garden of her making. Soon we'll grow beautiful enough to be worth taking. Why am I hearing the background music? The All-Mother, she shines so bright. But Mother's glow is not as because it's playing? It shouldn't be. And it feels very far from me. And it feels I know what it is. Far from me. I know what it is. I figured it out. Lesbians. That's what it was, yeah. I do like that part of this is like figuring out the puzzle of the order of which to attack them. Yeah, it was playing because of my in progress vertical canvases. So that's what it was. I had a vertical canvas that I'm starting to work on. And apparently if you have one of those, it'll just play. I'm gonna be honest, this difficulty spike is a little silly. I'm bummed that I can't adjust my abilities at least. Okay, let's see if I heal. Okay, I do get rid of doomed. That's good. I mean, I should take out the one that's gonna hit me. That's... Yeah. It's my own fault for starting to fuss with vertical scenes and then not just following through. But doing the vertical scenes is gonna be a lot. It's gonna take a lot. You have a vertical scene where it just displays text, watch this landscape, and like normal media. Gosh, Nuja just wants us to go back to the regular days. How boring. Well, now I'm only gonna get one. Oh, whatever, I still have so many. It's fine. Damn, it wasn't supposed to go down like this. Now it's feeling miserable. My spirit is unbreakable. Yeah, get blasted, jerkwads. I hope Faye is okay. She's tough, she'll be okay. My coffee's brewing, odds I ever get to grab it in a few. We should try to come up with a plan while she's gone. Yeah, the important thing is we don't lose heart. We have to be ready for when Faye comes back. Sure, she'll find a way to get to us. Yeah, love anime. Hey guys, you get a hold of that contraband? Promise my companion will be quiet this time. My lips are sealed. You can't promise for me. How about that for a promise, huh? Fine, jeez. Shh, this is serious stuff. If we get caught, they'll take it. Well, have you learned to dance properly? Oh, right, you think we're dancing. Nah. Hongji, Varka, will... Nah, let's just fight him. You guys are all useless. Oh. That's fun. I wonder why they did it this way. Like, I can't... Varka can't do the same thing. I mean, I guess that's the move, right? All right. Oh, come on. Look at that. We did it. All it took was using a bunch of AP to just run up the side and not engage with the enemies. Don't forget, repeat the dance every 64 beats. I won't tell you again. All right, listen, yeah, I got it. They'll stop you calling attention to us so you can take a look, but be careful. Is this manga? Yeah. Rumiko Takahashi's Mermaid Saga. We worked hard to get this. That's a real manga. That's a real manga. Oh, it's by the same lady that did, wow, I didn't realize she did all this. She did Urusei Yatsura, Maison Ikoku, Ranma 1/2, Inuyasha, and Mermaid Saga. That's cool. Huh. Expected something more prison-y. Like something erotic. Or moonshine. Yeah, or that. Hey, fantasy is the best escape we've got. Partake of the mermaid's flesh and you gain immortality. No surprise manga authors be working constantly. Well, it's just, it's amazing to see someone whose oeuvre is like incredible. You know what I mean? But the protagonist has been alive for 500 years, trapped in his body. He's searching for freedom, just like us. I kind of get it. Like the bard's tales of old. How old are you exactly? As old as the wind, as young as the trees. You say so. Thanks for sharing this with us. I bet Newt would have loved it. Gotta get back to him and the gang. Thanks, you all take care. You two, we'll do our best to get everyone out of here. Really? In that case, you can have this old bookmark. Someone wrote something weird on it. Angel of Death is available to study. Excuse me? Whoa, this is ancient. And what's more, it gives me a new training idea. Well met, fellow inmates. Yeah, sure, see you around. Upon equipped member's death, heal all teammates completely. What? Yeah, like, I can see builds for that in fun ways. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until we can do more researching overall. So we don't have a complete idea yet, but if we get back to the rest of the group, I'm sure we can work something out. The problem is they won't let me back in there. If that's what you need, I can help. I can get us to your friends as long as you can get us into any cell at all. You say so. Time to raise a ruckus. Pongji, follow my lead. Aye, aye. Fellow prisoners, a grave injustice has been done to us. We're not being fed proper meals. We have a lack of potassium. That's right, you heard him. Potassium, I guess. We lack potassium? I think she's right. I can feel my bones creaking. Isn't that what happens when you don't get enough potassium? I think it is. They've been holding back, keeping the potassium for themselves. That's right, we're dying of potassium loss. What we need is bananas. We deserve bananas. We want bananas. Yeah, we want bananas. This is how it works. All right, simmer down, you all. We want bananas. Wait, who started this? We want bananas. I should have known. All right, you buddies, you're in lockup. You three in now. Pokolo. You're oddly compliant today. Are you up to something? No, of course not. How dare you put us in here? We're gonna fight you. That's more like it. Okay. Why doesn't this get knocked back? You know? Okay. Yep. My tongue is mostly healed now, thankfully. That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Banana, banana. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Boom. We actually did it in the target turn. Hell yeah. Infinite wealth is arriving today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. We'll get to that game eventually. We'll get to that game eventually. All right, that's enough. Good luck getting any bananas in there, inmate. I gotta deal with all these other guys. You're a real pain. Main character Infinite Wealth and Faye in this game would absolutely be best friends. Oh yeah, Faye and Ichiban would be best friends. Nice, we made it to a cell. Well done. Your methods are unconventional. I can appreciate that. Now watch this. You see, I can move across with ease. I'll bring you with me. Just grab my chain. You have to go cell by cell, but we'll get there. Friday. Faye, you're back. Good to see everyone. It's getting crowded here now. I wanted you to meet some new members of the team. This is Varka. He's the one who got us back here. They put him in here for killing a possessed human. Don't worry, bro. I've killed like 100 of these guys. Excellent. I feel better already. And some of you know Pongji, who we unceremoniously left to die when he watched a haunted VHS tape. If you don't mind my asking, what was actually on it? Oh, it was actually really boring. Bunch of found footage images, nothing interesting. nothing you could really identify, and not in an artistic way either. That's kind of disappointing. I still wish I'd seen it. It really didn't feel like a ritual. After I watched it, everyone was staring at me like something was supposed to happen. I guess it was supposed to turn me into one of those possessed things. And then they were arguing what to do because this was the first time it hadn't worked. Most of them wanted to kill me, but one gangster disagreed and made them take me here instead. Bet that was our Anthony. Poor guy had no idea all the others were already dead inside. And now here's our random fight for this story beat. I think my one complaint about this game is there's too many fights. Look how many of you there are. What a bunch of sticky boys. Crowd. A force to be reckoned with, huh? Maybe for a small, tiny baby or a large insect. We have no time for you now. Many accomplishments to achieve. Please instead play with these. Attendance. If you push these stickies off the edge, you will receive 12 presents of increasing importance. Hey, listen, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna get presents. 12 presents of increasing importance. That sounds pretty good. These guys are dark. So we want water, and we got all the homies. We got all the homies. Let's go with Gem, Pongji, Kestrel. Is this everyone? I don't think so. I don't think so. There might, I'd have to count. But I don't think so. I mean, at the very least, we need to get, Primrose, so. But we're doing pretty good. Dewey, she's really shallow. Yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Kestrel powers activate. God, now that I have 4 people, it seems like too many. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just, wha! Yeah, I like doing stun. I just realized stun and burn is kind of a broken combo. Because they're not gonna do anything and they're gonna take a damage.
Oh, both of them are Okay, we can do this and this. Stun words was such a large part of Kendrick Lamar's technique in the Kate Hunt versus Drake Wars. You know, honestly, giving Drake a lot more credit by calling it a war. You mean a Judgment side character for one mission? It's definitely more of an Easter egg. I mean, I think you should play Judgment because Judgment's good, but Faye, no. We're gonna try this again. Darken Curse. Okay. So we can do Mercy and Newt and Kestrel. Because then Newt, Newt doesn't. Mercy, and we can go to Newt. Come on. Let me cook. Please let me cook. There we go. We got rid of him.
Yeah, let's heal her up. That charges her special. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. No. I remember I was talking about how hard it is. Oh yeah, eat shit, cop. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm bummed these guys resist flood. Because you can do some fun stuff. I'm really curious when you get aspect shifts. There's so much time in this game, like that's just on the menu, you know? That it's like, I wonder what that means. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna resist, so they're gonna... Oh, they do take some damage. Well, that's good. I really wish I could heal to harm enemies. You know, I wish that was a thing. I get that there's like, it's like, no, part of the difficulty, Matt, is that you're picking a healer when what you want is another damage dealer. You don't get both. Okay. You don't get to have both. You have to pick one or the, okay.
I really wish I was over here. You know what? It does, you don't do flame damage down the line? Oh. That's less exciting. Okay. Oh. Okay. Why did these get so much harder all of a sudden? Why did these get so much harder all of a sudden? Okay. So the zombies are dark. So I need someone who is resistant to dark, or I need to put resist dark on someone. Which means a water aspect person. Okay. So 2 of our main people here will right. Okay. So she still gets the doomed, and I got to keep an eye out for the doomed, but she resists the damage. So we've got that to work with. I hate how we're all one. Oh, well, don't do that. Okay. We've still got a bunch of turns, and we know that there's going to be a ton of zombies that get spawned. So let's just take it slow. Okay. Okay.
I don't think I have a stun resist ability in a way that's frustrating. I don't think there's a stun resist. Okay, now I can hopefully heal Kestrel. Let's get Faye to do a thing. No, okay, we need to heal Kestrel. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Gem's gonna resist, and we can very easily heal that Doom. That's great. That's great. That's great. This is playing types. This is it. Boom. Easily healed. Boom, look at that. We even did it in the turn target. We even did it in the turn target. Look at me. Look at me. I'm hoping when we get Primrose, she uses these trophies and is just a blue mage, because that's gonna shoot her up and she's gonna be one of my favorite characters. Like, I need everybody to know she's gonna be one of my favorite characters immediately after that. It worked. Huh? I tossed my pick outside the door right after the fight. And we tugged on it right as it closed, tricking the sensor. Wow, you really had something cooking over here. We can't let you do all the work by yourself. Great work, everyone. One step closer to freedom. Well, there we go. We're gonna save. I'm gonna see if I have a stun resist. I don't, just because they're rude. We're gonna get this one finally. Berserk is very interesting. Berserk is very interesting. But I'm gonna take my break. It's time for morning break. I'm gonna go refill my tea, check in on Aaron, see how the boys are doing, refill my water, all that good stuff. If you haven't recently, make sure you get up and move around a little bit. Make sure you're stretching your hands and your arms and your neck and your back and your legs, all that good stuff. Get some water, get a snack, have a meal. If it's been long enough since the last time you ate, when I get back, we'll do game duel, all the good stuff. I'll see everybody back here in just a little bit.